Yeah, nice. Our turn. Hello, good game. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ghouls and goblins. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to help support the channel. Deposit those thumbs up down below now if you don't mind. It really does help. In today's video, we'll be playing Chomp Chomp version 6. This is an Abzan control deck, and oh man, it is nasty. This is one of my favorite decks, for the last few months, right? That's why it's made it to version 6, and it just keeps getting better and better every time we play with it, tearing it up through Mythic as always. And in the video, we'll break down the deck, show you the gameplay footage. This is going to give you a good idea whether or not the deck's right for you and your wild cards. Also closing up with our final thoughts and deck review. Make sure to like the video if you haven't done it yet, and check out the Linktree link if you're looking for any other additional information, whether it be on our contest giveaways, free cash prize tournaments, or even just our community links or affiliate links. You can find them in that Linktree. Give it a Google, or again, in the description below. Let's go. All right, Chomp Chomp version 6, 60 card standard deck, best of 1, 3.6 average mana value with 32 non-creatures and only 4 creatures, 24 land in the deck, so it should be quite nice. And we do have the pathways here as well, with a little bit of ramp through Binding the Old Gods. That's always, enjoyable. We have draw in the deck with things like Mazemind Tome for 2 mana, tap it to scry 1, pay 2, tap it to draw a card. Every time we tap it, add a page counter to it. When we've got 4 page counters, exile it, gain 4 life. You know the deal, right? That is it, right? Other than Professor Onyx's +1 ability, she is a 5 loyalty planeswalker with 6, mana to come into play. Having the Magecraft ability, whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery, each opponent will lose 2 life and you gain 2 life. That's kind of ridiculous. +1, you lose 1 life. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You put one of them into your hand, the rest into your graveyard. And then again, if you can trigger that Magecraft ability, you're still netting 1 life. Your opponent's losing 2 life and you got to draw a card, which is great. -3, each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures that player controls. Easy instant removal as it enters play. -8, each opponent may discard a card. If they don't, they lose 3 life. Repeat this process 6 more times, 7 in total. And, that's going to win you the game immediately. I did want to just mention Professor Onyx for the +1 ability that draws you a card, much like the Mazemind Tome can draw you a card. Now that we're off of that, because there is very little of it in deck, let's talk about the removal, which, really does take the spotlight here. 2 copies of Eliminate Instant Speed, destroy target creature or planeswalker with mana value 3 or less. 2 copies of Heartless Act, also instant speed for 2, choose 1, destroy target creature with no counters or remove 3 counters from target creature. 2 copies of Fracture, instant speed, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or planeswalker. 2 copies of Vanishing Verse, instant speed, exile target non-monocolored permanent. Not non-monocolored. I know I said that wrong, but I was gonna say non-colored if, I'm being totally honest, but exile target monocolored permanent. We talked about the tome. We've got 4 copies of Mythos of Nethroi for 3 instant speed. Destroy target non-land permanent. If it's a creature or if you spend Abzan mana, which we will be doing, or Selesnya plus black, you can, of course, destroy any permanent non-land, which is great. It doesn't just have to be a creature. And, again, that mana is very easy for us to achieve. 4 copies of Baleful Mastery, instant speed for 4, exile target creature or planeswalker. You may play it for 2, but if you do, your opponent will get to draw a card. 2 copies of Extinction Event for 4, at sorcery speed, choose odd or even, then exile all creatures of the chosen value. 4 copies of Binding the Old Gods, destroy target non-land permanent and opponent controls when it enters play. Your next draw step, search your library for a forest card, put it into the battlefield, tapped, then shuffle. And finally, on the upcoming draw step, creatures you control gain Death Touch until the end of turn. Basically irrelevant. We do have a few creatures in deck, but it's not important. 4 copies of Shadow's Verdict at 5 mana, sorcery speed, exile all creatures and planeswalkers from the battlefield and graveyard with mana value 3 or less. And then again, we're into, some of our other win cons, because Professor Onyx is a win con in herself, but we also have things like Polukranos, Unchained, 4 mana. It enters with 6 +1/+1 counters on it. It is a 0/0, and if it escapes into play, it will enter with 12 +1/+1 counters on it. If damage would be dealt to Polukranos, well, it has a +1/+1 counter on it. Prevent that damage and remove that many +1/+1 counters from it. You may pay 3 mana to have it fight another target creature, which is great. And again, like I mentioned before, you can replay it from the grave with the escape by paying 6 mana and exiling 6 cards from your grave. We have 2 copies of Vorinclex Monstrous Raider, a 6/6 with Trample and Haste. Whenever you would put a permanent counter or a counter on a permanent of any type, you'll put 2 counters on that permanent, which is crazy. So whether or not this is the +1/+1 counters on Vorinclex, +1/+1 counters on the Mazemind Tome, or the removal of the +1/+1 counters of Heartless Act, you can double down on those, which is really cool. It also works with loyalty abilities like Professor Onyx, and remember that when a Planeswalker enters play, it has the loyalty abilities added to it. So if you have Vorinclex in play before the Walker, before Polukranos, you know, it's going to come in with double those counters, which is pretty crazy, and it will allow you to immediately use the ultimate ability, which is nice, and potentially Polukranos can escape with 24 counters on it, which is pretty impressive. And again, it will half the counters. It doesn't only double your counters, but it will half the counters that your opponent's trying to put on anything as well, which is really nice. So that's the entire deck, right? I wish there was more draw here. However, the ratio to removal and land and win con is absolutely perfect. So you really don't need the draw to help you survive through those matches. However, it does help. Just focus on taking 2-for-1s with things like Shadow's Verdict and Extinction Event. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the deck and the gameplay footage, which will start in a moment. Before we do, I do have to remind you to download Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant for free. The link is within the Linktree link description below, or give it a Google. You can also support the channel a variety of ways there if you want. With this being said, thank you all one more time for your support. I do appreciate it. Check out the gameplay footage now we have for you today. Not only some hilarious matches, but some actually quite competitive ones for you as well. So I know you'll enjoy, and we'll be back to wrap up with our final thoughts and deck review after that. Woof. What's up, you guys? Playing some Magic, as always. 2 land hands, also as always. We can probably make it through, right? We've got 2 pieces of single target removal. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. We don't need another 6-drop. We need more land. That's our objective here. I believe that we can accomplish our goal of, you know, hitting that 4-drop, right? If it is mono red and we get some early removal on evens, because we want to be exiling Annex at odd, that should help us, right? So, you know, let's see how this pans out. They're on the play, which is, you know, going to be harder for us than anything. Really? They're just holding up removal? Again, the land issue is prevailing. More removal, though, so that's, you know, not bad. And we will get to that land eventually, so we'll be okay. We'll be okay. I've become addicted to coffee recently. Woof. Uh-oh, right? Not sure what I can do about that. Our opponent is sending us to Rope Town. I'm not entirely sure what that's about. All right. So they didn't stomp us. Crawling Barrens. It's mono red control. Oh, no. Okay, this is different. This is different. Extinction Event is a dead card, and why have we not grabbed a land? Nice. Toss of Vorinclex. Yeah, I have no words for this. We definitely pick up one off the top here on our next draw for sure. And yeah, we've got like not a lot of answers for their beloved Uganos. We do have Vorinclex. That helps a bit. Nethroi can take it out as well once. But they've got Wandering Archaic as well. There's the land. I'm going to grab a white source just so Mythos can take out anything. Pass our turn, and I guess Heartless Act gets used here. Eliminate takes out Crawling Barrens. Just trying to prioritize our removal effectively so we don't lose out on a value race here. The drawing of cards is always great. But let's, think of it as how we're going to win this match. There's 4 Ugins at worst. They've got 4 Ugins in deck. We can deal with those, right? We can definitely deal with those. We also have, I believe, Baleful Mastery in deck as well. Fracture can take out, Ugin for 2 mana at instant speed. I guess Baleful Mastery could do it for 2 mana as well, but so we don't want to take too much damage here. We could risk top decking a land to exile it so they don't get the draw, but it's only a draw, so who cares, bro? We could also have saved Heartless Act to kill the Barons by removing counters from it. Sometimes you have to get Vorinclex out and play first so you can double the counters you remove. Or you use multiple Heartless Acts, which is, it's better than having a dead card in your hand against a control deck, definitely, but it still feels, maybe not optimal. All right. I guess there's like 5 land in the entire deck. I don't know, you guys. This is redonkulous. And you wonder why I'm at 88%. I guarantee there's 25 land here. Yeah, I don't even know. 1, 2, 6, 10, 14, 18, 20, 22, 24 I count. So, that's not even bad. We could kill the tome, but at the end of the day, I'd rather save it. We should probably just event it or get in its way. Are you freaking kidding me? So this is non-land. So we're actually going to use Mythos here to destroy the giant. We take 2 damage, whatever. I don't know about this land, man. Just straight up nice. You better be afraid, bro. Oh my gosh, Arena. You're really testing me today, hey? 3 lands. Oh my gosh. If I don't laugh and find humor in it, I'll just go crazy. Our opponent is even just like so confused. They're like, I don't know what this guy is trying to do. They'll never activate the Biblioplex with all this draw. Maybe they'll mill themselves. Stop it. Hey, your second Bonecrusher Giant? I can't even find a land. Are you front dooring me right now? Wow. Wow. I have no words. Woof. Oh man, what turn are we on? Turn 7? And I have drawn a single land in 7 turns. That's cool. That's really cool. Cool. Maybe we should have kept our Ugin removal. It's still not a land. Oh my lantern! I'm gonna freak out. Oh man. If we can get that 4th land, we've got removal. What? Oh my gosh. Nice. I can't even handle my life right now. I should play the third Ugin in a row. My mouth muscles hurt from smiling. My poor cheeksies. Oh man. This is one for the history books here. World's best match of Magic. Shuffler's fine. Don't worry about it. And we've been, you know, actively being roped, which I find phenomenal. Like, my opponent only had 3 lands. Just, like, casting anything that lit up. Oh, yeah, cool. That was great. Oh, wow. Okay. So that happened. I hope you enjoyed. Let's move on. Hey, look. We've got 2 land again. We have Mazemind Tome, right? And that's definitely going to help us find that 3rd land, which we know is here. We'll probably flood this game. Just to make up for last, right? We want to just prioritize our removal, find an event, a verdict, and get the land. They should have, unless they have another 1-drop, they should have played... Well, I mean, I guess that's questionable. Why haven't we drawn a land? We can take this right now. They're not interrupting us. Okay. A 3rd land is cool. We're still really far behind without, you know, turn 4ing anything. And we definitely want to be hitting evens with any removal we do have. Yeah, let's pass our turn. That sucks. I hate Robber. But I don't want to take 4 damage. We'll pass. Let them take it. It was a land, gross. And now we can scry. It's a slow land. We don't have a swamp. So it has to go. Shoot. Oh, shoot! Why not? Just take it. Pass our turn in case they have another robber before we scry. Annex. Okay, we definitely need a 4th land. Cool. We can just exile Annex. We'll probably wait for a cleave, hopefully. Perfect. All right. We made it to our 4th land. Yes! Nothing can stop us now. Ha ha ha. Let's grab 4 life, take scry. Up to 13, down to 12. The eliminate's not bad. So we're still probably hit for 4. And maybe we should have taken Embercleave there, probably. Unless they have another. They're not attacking, so that's fine. Okay, that puts us to 6. pass our turn. We wait for the attack. They spend their mana, and we nuke it. Let's take a scry. Tome can go. We just want removal for that land. There it is. We could also maybe just get in the way of it. Let's do both, right? So 6/6 is really good against a mono red deck, especially one that can fight. Really? Well, let's take a draw then. It's always nice. More removal. Let's take the cleave out this time. Well, yeah. No, that is the most responsible move we can make. Pass our... Well, actually... yeah, we should... attack and draw out that Faceless Haven. Oh, they're just gonna block. And they have a Bone Crusher Giant in their hand. Let's just take it now. And then they can't block. We still hit for 6. But now we're going to get hit on the return by them. But we have a Scry. It should be okay. Lots of land now. That's nice, right? This only does 3 damage. Lily goes. Losing 1 life's not great, but I guess we're going to be fine here with a win. Thank you. Pretty cool what you can do with more than 3 land. 3 land in an opening hand. Daring today, aren't we, Shuffler? Okay, this should be a nice match. Yorion actually sucks. I just realized that. We will have to... What? What? I don't understand that card, bro. Hello. Good game. I hope you have an original deck to showcase on the channel today, my friend. What you got? What you got, Willis? Yorion with a Falmir Knight. Death Touch blocker plus the draw. They foretell. Does not compute. Computer! What deck are we playing against? You're playing against an unknown deck. Get ready for some jank, ladies and gentlemen. It's my favorite kind of matches, right? Where I don't know what my opponent's next play is going to be. We can guess, sure, but when you are playing those solidified meta decks, it's like, okay, well, you know. Turn 1, Fervent Champion. Turn 2, Robber of the Rich. Turn 3, Onyx. Turn 4, Cleave. Right? We kind of map these things up because we've seen them so many times. But with the original decks, you know, you just don't get to have that foresight, and it's hard to really anticipate your opponent's moves this way. You know, I'd assume there's ETB creatures in the deck at least. Getting roped is lovely. Yes. You attack me. I'm not even sure we need to deal with that. We can probably just wait till we find an event, until we find a verdict, and just take it with a sweeper. 19 turns till lethal, like, you know, who cares? Let's save it on stuff that matters, right? Prioritize our removal. Yorion over. Okay. Probably not using Nethroi on a creature. We're gonna keep to our Heartless Act first. Baleful Masteries, creature or planeswalker, Binding, and Mythos are non-land permanents, which is great. So we want to be getting, you know, enchantments and artifacts with those. Ugh. Our opponent must be playing on their cellular device. It's the only reason for this tempo of play. In tapped for land number 4. Hit for another damage. That's fine. Let's get Polukranos out. This pulls their removal if they have it, and the prevent combat damage stops the death touch, so we would just go down to a 5/5 and kill the Falmir Knight. So we get residual value through its sting and play after the death touch, which is nice. You just have to watch out for Bone Crusher Giant and Questing Beast. Damage can't be prevented, and the death touch still goes through. It's cold in here today. It snowed out last night. Ah! Oh, you dirty dog. That's okay though, right? We've got Binding. We've got Mythos. Let's take care of that. 6/6 back in Plizze. There's one, there's more, right? So I'm sure they've got more answers. Kaya can exile us, can she not? Woof.
When I say go, you go.
Take the force so we can cycle our Triomes, maybe? Nah. Take Kaya out.
Well, this job is a bust.
Do we need to hold up creature removal? Probably not. Maybe we cycle our Triomes, but... Ooh, Mardu. It's a basic mountain. The plot thickens. Some tomes would be nice, right? A little bit of draw. Could be cool. We don't care about the knight. There we go. Alrighty. Lots of removal here. Our opponent has plenty of cards in hand still, though. Oh, that Blood Mage is nice. I wish I had a field wipe. Did they draw a card here, I assume? Yeah. Nice. Down to 12. Our turn. There it is. There it is. I mean, it's not great, but still 2 for 1. Perfect. Vanishing Verse is nice. Maybe they just get fed up with all of our removal and leave, right? Let's draw in case we find a land. Nope. This is looking good. That is a full fist of fury. Hmm. Let's also eliminate, I guess. There's a lot of good removal here, and they're just like waiting us out. Interesting. Let's draw a card first in case it's a wipe. Yeah, nice. Our turn. Crazy that we're discarding like this. I'll play it out, I guess, right? Oh, learn is good. This is an even. They're just drawing. There's 60 cards still. We're down to 36. They can just outpace us because they have Yorion. Three cards in their hand. We'll take out the Professor with Binding, I guess. That's really nice. Castle's so good there. Right, that's going to give us field presence from now on. Beautiful. Today we are listening, if you're wondering what I'm bobbing to, AK the Savior. You know what it is. The Underachievers in the house. I used to listen to them long ago. And this came up today. I was like, oh yeah, I'll get in there. That's new. Well, pretty new. This Professor's annoying, isn't it? Let's make our token. And that just blocks a Professor, right? I definitely want to cycle that last Triome. Let's attack! I wonder if they continue playing if they've seen our hand. I don't know if I would. Especially now that we have Castle Ardenvale in play. Maybe they've got some crazy combo that just beats us coming up that we'll have to defend against, but... So that's a nice block. We have 6 mana. We want this on Planeswalker. So let's kill that. And then we'll pay 2 so they can't copy it. Castle Locthwain is great for us as well. Not that we need to be drawing down at 32 already. in our turn here. We do have 13 available land. Woof. Looking for Professor Onyx, right? That can really speed things up here for us. We're telling more. I have no idea what that is. So let's make another creature. I'm not really into losing that many life, so we're not going to draw. And hopefully, you know, our ratio of removal to land is there, and we can continue to please ourselves. Hitting for 2 this turn. And that's gonna, you know, force them or encourage them to play that Yorion or other creatures that they may have. Bone Daddy! It's a good card. Let's make an even 1-1 here. My turn. And then we hit odds here. Just so we don't have to target the giant. And now we hit for 3. We're getting the job done. The castles are so good. Where did they come from? Eldraine. Big surprise, right? Big surprise. Some of the best cards are from Throne of Eldraine. Certainly the most powerful. New ban announcements today. Make sure to watch that video if you haven't seen it yet. Alright, they killed 2 of our tokens. Nice. They have 6 available mana still. Let's make another token. This is one of those matches. I'm sure we've already been here 15 minutes. Let's hit for 2. Nice. End our turn. Okay, Heartless Act fries most things, creature-wise, that they play. Make sure to check out the Linktree link if you're looking for any information for today's video. We could fry our own token, send this straight to the grave, not back to their library. Let's just resolve it, whatever. Right. And then we can just fry this, right? But we'll make a token that can attack. Right? With our mana first. Not that we have a lack of mana by any means. Yeah, let's just kill the rider. Down to 6, ending our turn. This is a comeback. They were beating us up to start the game. What are these foretold cards? Oh, Doomscars. Okay. I got you. I understand. Alright, we're coming back over with the tokens. Our turn. Let's try to take them down to 5. The lower they get in health, less of a chance these attacks go through. Vorinclex would be pretty cool to finish off the game, right? Haste. We've not seen any of our win cons this game, which is awkward. We do the same thing we did last turn. They're going to need to play multiple creatures is the thing. Okay, Giant Killer is irrelevant as it has Summoning Sickness. They could have another Stomp. Yeah, let's see what we pull. Ah. I had to try. So we take out the Giant with Binding, so then we're not targeting it. I guess. Just exile the killer. I kind of want to say Vanishing Verse if there's, you know, non-creatures. Again, like I always say, prioritize your removal based on what, you know, could come up in the future. Because it would suck to lose those, you know, non-land removals and then have to play something that we need to remove. Oh my gosh. So tired today. Okay, Boreon. The Naked Yorion. And then a Skyclave. Okay. Interesting. They can't take the token. They could bounce it, but they won't because we get an XX, which would be great. And, yeah. Screw it. Let's get the job done. This gives us lethal, right? Think. Send out the hearts. Nice. So that took a little bit. 21.5 minutes almost. Woof. But we persevere. We get all our land and, you know, it's just removal. We didn't see any of our win cons. Like, we have Professor Onyx, Vorinclex in deck, and we didn't run into any of those. Luckily, we did find Castle Locthwain to carry us through. And that just goes to demonstrate how important some of these castles are to the control decks, especially. Just like Castle Embereth is really important to some of the aggro decks. Let's get into the deck, break it down with our final thoughts and deck review now. Heyo, River! So, it works. Chomp Chomp version 6 is better than ever. A little bit of draw would be nice. Obviously, we have Castle Locthwain, we have Castle Ardenvale, which I forgot to mention within the start of the video, but they're very important parts to the deck, right? They weren't in the deck tech, but as you've seen in that last match, super duper important, right? So I do like the Locthwain draw a little bit. There's no life gain in the deck really other than the Tome, so it makes it awkward, and you don't want to do it unless you're on an empty hand, which is probably the only time you should be doing it. You know, it's just a little awkward. I think that it's good. I think that the ratios of removal to land is very on point. So you don't need as much draw to be consistent, as it is only a 60 card deck. But again, I'm open to suggestions. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all so much for your time and attention. Check out the link tree to help support the channel through a variety of different ways. You can even get in on our contests and giveaways. I'll support you. You support me, right? We'll go a little tit for tat. And most importantly, have yourselves a magical day. We'll see you soon in the next.